Hi, Leo Drager here. I want to talk to you about how to find generic vulnerable SQL injection websites, which is basically the precursor to the next program that we realistically are going to discuss, SQL Map. So one of the easiest things to do and how pretty much everybody is finding vulnerable SQL injection sites is realistically to go over to Google and you're going to search for PHP question mark ID equal to or ID equal to 1. Either way is probably the most popular way to start finding vulnerable SQL injection sites. So it really doesn't matter if you want to start at 1 or just PHP question mark ID equals. So we're just going to do ID question mark equals, and we will start seeing that there's only, I don't know, 2 billion resources or links that most people could potentially start exploiting. Now, I want to kind of zoom out here and talk about the principles of information security: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now, from a confidentiality point of view, these companies or websites or search results, they're basically disclosing certain information that's publicly available. So since they're disclosing it not only to us but to everybody else in the world, we can use the disclosure to us to kind of peer into their world a little bit more. But I wouldn't consider us hacking them until we start changing the integrity of the destination website. And if you search for YouTube videos on the same similar subject, some people take the envelope a little too far. They start poking and prodding and running SQL map commands and queries and scripts against targets. And I personally think that's a little too aggressive, because as a white hat, you don't have authorization to do that. As a gray hat, okay, no harm, no foul. But as a black hat, you'd really have to question, how far realistically you're going. Now, for someone like myself, I get poked and prodded all the time in terms of the websites and the resources that I have. So I kind of expect it. But to the mom and pop shops or the small fry or someone who's not familiar with information security, they're basically helpless here. And you don't want to destroy their websites, change the integrity of their systems, knock them offline, or use the disclosure to their advantage. So there is a way to operate ethically here, legally, but the minute you start changing the integrity of your destination systems, you'd really have to wonder if you're operating legally versus illegally. So clearly I'm not going to be advocating anything illegal here, and I need to do these videos in a way that I'm not doing anything illegal, because the only thing I know about prison is I'm too good looking to go. So nobody's going to jail here. So what I've done here is shown you how to start finding vulnerable SQL injection sites. Now, any of these PHP IDs, these are all of the things that I'm looking for. Now, let's say that I was hired as a penetration tester to do some evaluations inside of a company. Okay, I could start combining this with in URL linuxwarrior.com and search for that specifically to see if a particular website is also vulnerable, or if I can actually pull that from a particular video. So you can combine the Google search results to get a little bit more creative here, but that's no more difficult than just Google hacking 101. Okay. So it's this syntax specifically that I'm using here that I would use in my SQL map statements, which I'll start that in some of the next videos. Okay, so that's it. Basically, that's generically how you find a vulnerable SQL injection site.